It is Lucca, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I am going to attempt to build a tiny house, but only 2 tiles wide. Is it possible? Yes, I've done it before, but I thought we could try a couple variations today. We're actually going to be building 3 today. So we're going to build one that's kind of a little bit of a bigger size, one that's a little smaller, and one that's really small. So let's go ahead and let's just get started today, y'all. So I'm in Newcrest, and this is the beach byway lot. Nothing really important. Ignore all of these houses and random things, but let's just go ahead. I do have my sim with me today because we are going to be player testing this, just so that y'all know. These do function. So the first one is 2 tiles wide. Of course, it's 2 tiles wide. And this one is going to be, I think, 8 tiles long. And it's going to have a second floor also. So we are going to be using a ladder just to make it a lot easier on us. I'm just going to put the ladder right there. And then in this little corner is where the kitchen is going to be. And then there's going to be like a little living space here. You move upstairs and there's going to be like a bedroom and then a bathroom. I am actually going to put in a tiny little 2 tiled bathroom just right there. It does work. Don't you worry. And then I am also going to put a little balcony right here, I think, just so they have like a little space out here just to kind of have some outdoor time, This is actually really inspired by some homes and apartments and stuff that I've seen on YouTube here for like tours in Japan. There's just so many like really small spaces because, the population density there is like through the roof. So, people got to get creative with smaller spaces. And honestly, it's so fun to see that. But yeah, I'm going to put a little mini fridge here. It would kind of be impossible to do this without the newer things that we've received in the game. So, base game, I don't know if I can do base game for this, to be honest. And I'm just getting the layout first and foremost here. We'll decorate around everything here in a sec. But this is like the kitchen space because they're not going to have a sink downstairs. I know that's kind of controversial probably, but what we're going to do is we are going to add one of these dishwashers. Now you can just add the base game one and it'll be just fine. I just thought it would be really nice to add this one from, there's actually a couple that we've gotten, but there's one from For Rent and there's also one from the Home Chef Hustle stuff pack. It's just a smaller dishwasher. It's just visually smaller. It doesn't really do anything different. And then on top of that, we can add the stovetop from Dream Home Decorator. I need to move objects on because it's being a little bit fiddly, Put that right there, and then we can put the over-the-counter oven on top of the refrigerator, which is probably a little bit ridiculous if you really think about it, but it's fine. And then we can leave this little corner space open here for them to prepare food. If you're really like wanting something extra, you could probably put a coffee maker there, but that's fine. We won't worry about that. But yeah, you can kind of see that's where the kitchen is going to be. And then right here is going to be like a little, I guess you could say it's like a study / dining space, something just like this, perhaps. I'm going to go through and properly decorate this in my style, but I just wanted to show you what I've got going here. Little couch here. We just need like a little TV, and the bathroom is not going to be downstairs. I know I didn't really love that idea initially, but it's fine. It's making the best use out of the space. But yeah, I'm just throwing this stuff down, but you kind of see, there's like a little living space. There's a computer space here, which actually in hindsight, I would rather put a laptop here because the laptop can be put in your Sims inventory. And then also they can use this for something else. And it's still pretty spacious. It doesn't feel super cramped in here. Upstairs might be a little bit of a different story just because, we will have to squeeze this bed into the wall like really tightly, just like so. But there's enough space right here for there to be this little dresser from Tiny Living. It's literally perfect for that space. And then we need to do the bathroom. So it's a very, very small bathroom. It's going to require some nonsense. Okay. We're going to have to put the toilet through the wall there a little bit. This one is the one that I found worked the best. This little pedestal sink from the base game, just kind of tuck it into the wall. And we might even like squills in it over just a little bit right there. And then the shower, which there's multiple showers like this, but there's the one from Discovery University is the one I'm going to use. We'll just put that there. And then I'm going to go ahead. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put some doors down. I'm just going to use move objects to place the door. Also, I know it's very fiddly. And then make sure, my sim can get in here. One time I player tested a house and was so confused on why it wasn't working. It was because I didn't put a door in the front for them to get inside. And I was so confused the entire time. But let's go ahead and we'll do a little player test here and see, make sure, obviously everything down here is accessible. Can my sim climb up the ladder here? Oh, it looks like he can. And can you, the bed's accessible. Can you use the toilet? Okay, it looks like the bed is technically in the way. So we will move the bed out just a little bit. Can you do this now? Okay, why is the bed in the way? This was not an issue before. Maybe it's in the way of the door, perhaps. See, this is fun. This is all good. What's happening? Why? It was working yesterday. I player tested this so much. Oh my goodness. He's still saying the bed's in the way. Let me just figure this out for a moment. Okay, so here is the tea. I got it working. I just had to flip-flop some stuff around, kind of make sure the door here, which it should, I'm going to make sure it closes. But why is the Grim Reaper calling my sim? What is going on? But yeah, we were able to get this bathroom working. You just got to make sure that this door is centered in the middle, and then the shower is here. And then, I made sure to tuck the sink into the wall ever so slightly, just like that. It does look a little strange, but it does help make sure that they could access it properly. And yeah, I did flip this stuff around, but it seems to be working. So now we can properly decorate this one. There's like all this space down here and it's so cramped upstairs, I swear, but it's fine. We're gonna go with a typical kind of, I want to say like kind of, my witchy kind of style, I think today. Something cozy, something quaint, something simple. Ooh, I don't know. Ooh, I like this one right now. I've been really liking this couch from Life and Death. It's just so cozy looking, especially because there's a dark green swatch, there's a brown swatch, and then for an accent table, kind of like this one right now. I don't know. It's kind of cute. It's kind of speaking to me. It's just kind of got like wood and all that stuff on it. Maybe I should work on the exterior before I get into the interior. I'm jumping the gun, y'all. It's a 2 wide little tiny house. So like, it's going to have a little roof. Yeah, we'll just put a simple little roof on it. I think if I'm going to go with like more of a witchy kind of style, I want to change this fence up here to something. Maybe something like this perhaps, or, this looks kind of cute. Ooh, the green is kind of perfect. We might base the house off of that vibe. And let's see here. Do you want to give them like a little porch or something? These aren't technically going to be tiny homes just because I'm building 3 on 1 lot and like the tile count would be too much, but they're tiny homes ever so obviously, so I'm not super worried. Thinking doing like a base like that. That's a kind of like a lighter color, something a little different. Ooh, I like that kind of wood tone right there. And then let's see, we'll add some trim right here. Ooh, okay, we're getting somewhere. And then for the trim, we'll just do the same thing. I don't usually like matchy-match everything, but I think for a tiny home, I think having it be kind of matchy-matchy is okay. Ooh, the orangey roof is cute. And then maybe we can go with like a nice like dark green kind of siding, particularly like this one. Ooh, that's cutie. Okay, that's a vibe right there. The lighting here is questionable though. It's just not appealing to this tiny home very well. And then we can use these windows here from Snowy Escape. Oh, these look super cute. Something like that maybe. That's looking cute. And we'll add like a couple maybe little windows like right back here. I kind of want to do like something like this maybe. It's gonna look kind of weird, but I feel like that's fine. What if we did like a whole corner moment? Oh, I like that. The stove here is in the way, so we'll just do this. That's kind of cute. And then we'll just put that there. Make sure there's some windows upstairs as well. Ooh, these are gonna look strange. These are gonna look off if I do it like that. I don't know. I like the windows and the doors and everything to kind of look somewhat even. And then we'll put maybe just like one back here. And we do need some kind of window situation up here in the bathroom, so I'm gonna do like these little ones here. Maybe we'll do them like all around, something like this. Okay, we have something here. We need to pick out a nice little front door. Ooh, this one's cute. This one's from the Laundry Day stuff pack. I kind of like that actually. It kind of stands out. Yeah, we got a little house going. It's very matchy matchy, but I almost feel like for tiny homes, that's okay. The vibes of tiny homes are very like specific. I highly recommend if you're, wanting to build some tiny homes. YouTube has like a ton of tiny home tours, and I used to watch those religiously, like so often. I think what we'll do for this, I was going to use those little stepping stones, but I don't have Better Build Buy installed. And you know me, I'm lazy. I don't like looking through the catalog, doing like the debug thing and everything. I don't want to do that. That just takes all my time. I think we'll just do like maybe like a terrain kind of path here, something like that. Ooh, this one's very cute. I actually really like that a lot. And then we'll give them like a little mailbox. Just put that like right here. And then add a little fence. I kind of want to use this one. This one is from the businesses and hobbies pack. I don't know. It's just like a very simple little fence. It's either that one or we use the one from backyard. I really do like that one. Honestly, I feel like that looks really nice actually. I don't really use that one all too often. And then since this is like a tiny home, I'm not going to go in depth with the like landscaping and stuff all that much because I feel like this home is, something that gets moved a lot. So we'll keep it pretty simple with the landscaping, I think. Yeah, this is like a little tiny home, like a little park. We'll just put like a couple trees. It's not because I don't want to landscape. Actually, it really isn't. I'm just going to put like a couple of things, just like so. And I don't know, something needs to go back here. I feel like, since this is a tiny home, we can go to roof sculptures. Is that what it's called? We can add two things. We can add a water heater. This is like a solar water heater, and we'll just put it like right there, and we'll also give them some solar panels as well. There is this roof model, but then there is also like a ground version, this one right here. And we can put that down. Ooh, that's kind of cute. We can just kind of put them right back here. They're using them to power their tiny home while they're here staying. Ooh, I almost want to put like a dew collector here too. I know it's a little bit of a random, bunch of items here, but I'm just kind of thinking about like, the functionality of the space. They're trying to be very eco-friendly. So yeah, that's kind of cute. Maybe I'll put like a fence surrounding all this too. Maybe we'll put this like here. We'll move this stuff back. Maybe this actually needs to be closer to the house, because, ooh, imagine these here. And then like this is like right behind that. And then we can put like this fence like around just for some added protection, security, privacy maybe. Oh, I don't want this to be closed off completely because I can imagine the tiny house being moved in and out. Obviously, this is just me playing pretend. Okay, let's go ahead and we can add some more little bits and bobs here, some more decorations, just to make it look more lived in and, not super lived in because I'm imagining that this space is, kind of used by a lot of different people. So it's, not really decorated for the house specifically. Something like this. That's really cute. I like how simple and clean this looks. I think I will put some kind of like outdoor sitting area out here. Ooh, like a table and chairs. I can imagine these are like foldable and they can like put them away. Let's see. The orange is cute. I want a brown table preferably, but I kind of like the purple with that or the orange. The orange looks more correct to me. And then we'll just give them some nice little chairs here. I don't know, I kind of want to change this. Ooh, that's cute. There we go. Just like a little table and chairs for out here. And then maybe like a little grill. Maybe this actually comes with each lot. Like they get like their own little grill here. Since we're not using a ton of landscaping, I guess you can consider, terrain paint landscaping. But just to kind of add to the realism, I am going to kind of, maybe add some like gravel and stuff. We'll add a little gravel here and maybe we'll add some like gravel like underneath the house to make it kind of look like, this is a, little park. Actually, yeah, I kind of like blending it with that just to kind of really like make it look a little bit messier. And then we'll layer some dirt on it as well, just to kind of emphasize, the realism a little bit more. Let's furnish this little front porch area. I do want to add some kind of awning kind of situation. I feel like that's really important. There's one that came with, is it Eco Lifestyle? I don't know if it's this one. I feel like that one is a little small for this space, but it kind of works really well. Oh yeah, that looks so good with this house. I mean, we can even make this one tile smaller just to make it more realistic. That looks cute. And then, I'm just going to place down something simple. We're just going to do like a little chair or something here. I'm trying to think, I want this to be a little bit on the witchy side. So we want something, ooh, like this one. That's very cute. Ooh, this little plant doohickey from the Enchanted by Nature pack is super cute. And yeah, we'll just put a couple little plants there, and then we'll do like a little rug. Of course, I have to use this one from Cats and Dogs, just because it's one of my favorites. And then a little porch light also, just like that. Or do I want to use something different? I feel like we got to use something a little different. This one's really cute. Okay, maybe we can put some of these like plant dryers, even though they're outside. We'll just say that you're in a drier climate. Maybe some of these little fairy lights, those are super cute. Yeah, we can just add some extra things around here and there, just to add to it. Just random things. Sometimes that's all it really takes, is just some random bits and bobs to, make it look a little cuter. Ooh, this is cute. I can put this like right under the light here, maybe. Okay, that adds a little bit of character. And maybe just up here, we'll put these. Just, maybe they actually can take care of them easier. I don't know. That just looks cute. Okay, I'm really liking this so far. I gotta fix this terrain paint though, because this is not looking good. All right, and then what we can do is I'm actually gonna go ahead and do the same thing up here. I'm gonna add a little bit of something up here on the balcony kind of situation moment here. I don't know why I call everything either a situation or a moment. I'm not sure why, but we'll add a little door here. And I think I'm going to put like a bench or something a little bit bigger, kind of something like this. It looks really cute. It matches that chair down there, but also it provides more seating. I feel like out of all of them, I feel like that one is going to look the best. And then we'll just add a little rug right there. Is that a good swatch? I think that's a better swatch. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to fit all that well. If not, I'll just remove it. I'll test it later, but I might put a little easel out here too. We'll just kind of squozen it in right there. All right, let's move downstairs. Obviously the vibes are different now that I've built the house properly on the exterior. Let's see, what kind of vibe? Low-key, I do want to just use this from the Dream Home Decorator because it looks like a built-in. And I feel like that's very much so the vibe for this house, is they use a lot of like built-in furniture and stuff. I feel like that looks really cute. We can even add some little pillows just for the sake of, making it look a little bit more personalized. Because I feel like the reason why I don't really use those or these sectional things, what are they called? Sectional sofas from the Dream Home Decorator pack, is just because they don't really have a lot of personality, because you're meant to kind of put them into pieces together. And honestly, I'm a big fan of anything that looks like it has character. And, I think these cushions will at the very least help with that. Do these colors work? I mean, I know the colors work, but I don't know about this. Maybe we can do the green instead. Oh, that's much nicer. I like that way more. We're pretty limited on desks that are one tile in size. There is this one from the Businesses and Hobbies like expansion pack. I think it'll work. It's a lot wider. Like, it's weird. It's like it's technically a tile wide, but it just looks big. I don't know, but maybe that's okay. We can make that work. And then we'll just do a nice darker wood. We'll leave the laptop, of course. That's just for functionality purposes. Ooh, what if this little chair from Life and Death? I'm kind of loving the colors. Ooh, I like the vibes in here, but we need some purples. I feel like we need something a little bit more, vibey. I'm trying to find the right kind of color. It's gonna be tricky. How about we go into colors and we filter by purple and we see if there's anything. Ooh, wait a minute. These rugs from the Enchanted by Nature pack, I don't think I've ever even looked at before. That's kind of a moment. Oh, the leaves are everything to me. The oak leaf is so cute. I kind of want to go with this one. It just looks like a leaf. That's very cute. Ooh, I love that pop of purple. That exact color is perfect. Ooh, we also have this one, which I can make a tiny little rug for the kitchen maybe. Yeah, that's super cute. cute. And then this rug, I low-key want to use it upstairs in the bedroom. It's a little bit big, but it kind of works. I kind of like it. It makes it feel a little less cramped. Let me go ahead and we'll pick out some flooring and stuff, and then we'll work on the kitchen. It's pretty obvious that we're going to go with some kind of like wood flooring. I kind of like this one from Outdoor Retreat. It's kind of speaking to me. However, we gotta look at our, resources. Ooh, this one's quite nice. Ooh, I actually really do like this one. It looks like something from, a tiny home, but I almost want to just use this again. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I love that. That adds so much character and charm. I am obsessed. And then for the walls, I did not think of this. Actually, I almost forgot about the walls. I don't want to use something like this. I kind of want to keep it a pretty simple color just because I'm imagining that this space, ooh, I don't know if I like just a color though. Oh goodness. Maybe something like this, like the drywall. That looks so plain. I think I'm going to move the window just a little bit right there because I feel like that looks a little bit more appropriate. And honestly, all we gotta do is just decorate this little space. Oh, I need to do this. Wow. I'm so all over the place. I've had some caffeine today, so bear with me. I kind of like this just to add some contrast, but I also want to add in like a accent wall of some variety. Ooh, I really like this green a lot. Actually, I kind of like it just like in between the ladder and like this section. This looks really cute. This other wall though, I want to make sure it looks nice as well. I don't know what I want to do with it. Let's just work on this area first because I feel like if I go too intense on trying to figure out the decoration, I won't get this done. I think this kind of situation will do. I'm also going to change the colors of the cabinets maybe to this. I feel like that looks better already. I do need to change the ladder to like a wood tone, preferably. That's cute. And then maybe I can put like a tile or something here, or like, I don't know if that's realistic for a tiny home, but I really do like the green. I could also just go with a nice orange. Ooh, that's kind of a vibe. And we can just add a few little decorative items. I'm not gonna go, ham wild on it. Is that even a saying, or did I just make that up? We can put like a couple little baskets. We'll just say that they put everything away. And just some little cabinets, just like, along here, just for some extra quote unquote storage. Yeah, decorating a tiny home is a little different than decorating like a regular house because you have to really think about like different ways to decorate and put things up. So I'll put like a cutting board here and maybe the towel. Well, there's not really a point of putting a hand towel because there's not a sink down here. So I guess I shouldn't do that. I do want to put these preferably just because I feel like that would add to the, the vibes of this space. These are from Realm of Magic, by the way. These are so pretty. Since there's 3 swatches, we'll kind of put one of each swatch to kind of change it up a little bit. That looks so cool. It's honestly better than curtains. Maybe we'll just use those instead of curtains. And yeah, we'll just kind of leave that space there. Ooh, I kind of want to put this broom right here, just like right there, something like that perhaps. And maybe right here we can put like a mirror on the wall or something. Yeah, that looks kind of nice. It's kind of nice having that when you walk in too, maybe. Then we need a nice curtain. It's so annoying whenever you choose like wall decor items. It just makes everything show up. It's kind of awkward. Maybe these curtains from the base game are the best. Yes, I like that a lot actually. Just that little pop of orange. We'll do like one of them closed here. That's cute. I do like that a lot. We do love orange in this house. And I guess we can just put some other wall art right here, like a little scattering, just something like that. That's super cute. Always love this little bit right here, this swatch, because there's like a flower, there's like this art deco-y painting, and then there's a little cat that just looks so witchy. We'll put a nice painting like that right there. And we need a little rug here and the entrance. Okay, I feel like downstairs is all right. I added a few decorative items to the desk. So let's go ahead and move on to the upstairs. I might just do the entire walls in this like kind of tealy kind of green color. Now the bed can technically be any bed just because it's a single wide bed. I think I might use the one from, I'm pretty sure it's the high school years one. This one right here. Yeah, that's really cute. I almost want to put it this way if I can, because I feel like it'd be weird to put it any other way. Oh gosh, it doesn't really want to fit though. I'll player test this, but ooh, I kind of like this bedding here. That's super cute. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. I'm just going to change this to like maybe that, just so that it looks you know, like it fits a little bit nicer. And then I'm gonna add just the same curtains. I'm really loving this like orange and like greenish kind of combo. It looks very nice indeed. And do I want to add like a little TV possibly or something like that in here? I feel like it would fit. We could just do like a little itty bitty TV just like so. Just so that, you know, they can probably watch something at night. That's cute. And there's not a lamp, unfortunately, just because there's not space for like a side table or anything up here. But I think what we can do is maybe add just like a little sconce. Maybe this is their bedside lamp, you know? That's actually kind of cute. And maybe just some wall art scattered about. It's kind of imperative that I use the tarot art because it just looks super cute. I love the art, like that one. That's funny. I kind of want to use the cow plant one. That's kind of adorable. The bathroom is not exactly going to get much difference to it. We're just going to paint the walls. Actually, why don't we do like this tile? That's really cute. And maybe we can do a matching like kind of tile set. And I'm just gonna do like all of this in black. I think that looks kind of nice. I don't know. We do need to add like a little mirror up here as well. At least with the black and the orange, it kind of is giving like Halloween vibes. So it's kind of witchy. And then we'll add like a little, you know, what do you call it? What's the thing called? A toilet roll, paper towel holder. No, it's not paper towels. It's a toilet paper. And then we'll add a little, you know, actually you can't really see the hand soap. So we'll move it out a little bit. Same with the toothpaste and toothbrush. It's just where I've got the sink kind of tucked in the wall there. But that's cute. And then we'll add like a little hand towel there. And that's it really. I think we'll finish off the house here with just some boob lights. Or do we want to use this one? I really like this one. This is from Laundry Day. It's just a bulb, you know, it's just a bulb hanging from the ceiling, but I love that actually. You know, it's kind of minimally furnished, but I don't know. I feel like it looks really cute. I like the amount of space. It's fresh and it's very inviting. I'm honestly really, really obsessed with this little tiny home. All right, so we're going to build another tiny home right here. This one is going to be a little smaller. It's only going to be 6 tiles in length here. There's going to be like a little itty bitty bathroom right here. And then this is the living space. It's a lot smaller actually than this one for sure. It's only going to be 1 floor as well. So we're just going to do like a cutie patootie little roof here. Lift it up like so. I think I'll lower the roof pitch a little tiny bit. I think I want it to be like a little blue tiny house. I feel like that would look super cute, especially using some of this siding that came with the horse ranch pack. Ooh, I like that. I kind of like this light blue vibe. That's very nice. Maybe we'll do like a little bit of a stilted foundation, just like that maybe. And then we will of course add just a little bitty porch right here. We'll just make it the same little size here. Let's see, for the flooring, I want to go with something that's kind of light. Something like this one maybe from the Eco Lifestyle pack. I feel like that looks really cute. I like this little door from the base game. That's kind of speaking to me here. That's kind of a cute window. I think I'll just try to match the windows to the front door here. We'll just put these on like either side. And then we'll just put like a couple little windows just like that. You know what? It's kind of cute. I kind of like it. Just a nice little, you know, little blue house. It's kind of cute. I kind of want to use the same little fences. Wait, okay. I know I just placed these down, but I kind of am changing my mind completely. And I'm going to go with the Strangerville stuff. Oh, and we might even be able to use this door. Ooh, that's kind of cute. Actually, I think that door fits even better. And then we can use the Strangerville windows. Ooh, this is cute. Okay. It adds a little bit of that kind of sort of witchy vibe that I was going for with this other one, but we're going with a completely different color scheme, I think. Let's go ahead and I'll show you the layout for this little house. So it's a little complicated, but it's gonna work. It does the job. I've player tested it. So we just need to add a loft bed in here. This is just a single bed. Just to specify, these tiny homes are gonna be for single Sims only. There's not gonna be any like couples living in these because we can only fit one bed, one little single bed. Do I want to use this one? I think I should use something a little different. Probably like either this one or this one's very cute. We will have to kind of tuck it into the wall, which does make it work. Ooh, that's kind of sticking out. Maybe we can just cover that with something. Yeah, because I really like the colors of this one. Ooh, I do like the yellow, the little pop of yellowy color because we're going to do a lot of blue in here. Ooh, this little like painted kind of patterns thing from the For Rent pack is so stinking cute. I think I'm going to go with this bunk bed instead. It just kind of fits a little bit better. It's a little smaller. And then underneath that, I'm going to place a little love seat. I'm trying to think, you know, this is kind of cute, you know, it's got some pillows on it too. It does have a yellow swatch, which honestly kind of is a moment. And then we can actually place down the, what is it? The tiny living TV, and it does function technically. It is a little bit cramped, but we can make it work. It does work. And then we're literally doing the same exact setup as this bathroom from over here. I don't know why I left a glass door here. Let me change that out. That seems a little bit redonkulous. We'll use this door instead. But over here, it's basically going to be the same concept. I think I'm going to put like a little blue tile right there. That looks very nice. And then for the door, I think I'll use this one from the base game. I feel like the colors look really good. And then yeah, we're doing the same thing. Let's actually try a different sink and then go from there. Maybe this one from Parenthood. I don't know. We can maybe tuck that in a little bit and see. It looks a little bit strange, but we can probably make it work. I'm going to kind of tuck the toilet in a little bit, and then we're going to put the shower just like right there. Oh, this window is definitely not going to be able to fit here. All right, let's do a little quick player test. He can wash his hands. He can use the toilet, which is probably a bad order to do that in. And then can he take a shower? He can. Cool. And then all of the kitchen stuff is going to go right here. It's going to kind of be a little bit cramped right here. So I'll put this like little, you know, blue little fridge here. The sad thing is that we aren't going to be able to, we're not really going to be able to add as much as next door just because this little space here can't be taken up too much. I think I'll use this countertop from Dream Home Decorator just because the color matches the wood tones really well in here. I think I can do like a little corner cabinet. That kind of makes sense. I don't know if it'll actually work. Let's just, before we get too into it, we'll test this. Can you come back in here and take a shower, please? Oh, he can. Perfect. And then I believe I can place down something there. I don't know. I think it has to be like a corner, like not this end piece, but it has to be a corner piece. And I don't know if the corner piece, yeah, that doesn't really fit. So that's just decorative. We can give them a little dishwasher. Of course, we can't leave that out. And then maybe we can put something like this pressure cooker here. I feel like that looks, you know, like it would be something sensible for this space. And I think I will put a cooktop just because I like those a lot. I don't know though. I feel like they would need some space to prepare the food and they don't really have that. So maybe instead we'll just put a cooker just like that. That's kind of cute. And then we can put one of these windows right here. So I completely changed the vibes. What else is new? I don't know. I just wasn't really feeling this home in the same way. I'm also thinking I'm going to get rid of this sink. I know I just went on about how much I love the space, but what I'm going to do is just to keep it different, I'm going to put the door just like that. And then since this space, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to like put in a sink. Can this work? Oh God, I don't think that can work. Oh no. You know what? Before I jump the gun, again, let's player test. Can you get into this and have a quick meal of some cereal, please? Oh, it worked. Yay. Okay, we got that working. Awesome. So that's a functioning kitchen right there. And then what I'm going to do is add a little sink, a little copper sink just like that. Oh, that's actually so nice to have a little bit of variation in here. And I think I am going to add, I'm kind of torn because we do need a place to prepare food. So I think I'm just going to add, maybe we can do like an oven down here. And then maybe over here, we can just put in a little coffee maker. They won't be able to like, I don't know. I feel like not having, I'm so torn. I feel like having a proper little cooking cooktop is a little bit more important. It is a small space and they are sacrificing some things. So maybe we should just put like a pressure cooker in here or something like we were going to. And then maybe we can still include like a little dishwasher in here. Why not? Yeah, it's pretty simple. The sink looks so good. And I think I'm just going to go off of the vibes, but we'll place, down a couple little cabinets in here just to kind of fill in this space a little bit nicer. That almost fits perfectly. We'll just say that it does. And then for the TV, there's not really anything else that's going to fit properly aside from this one from Tiny Living. We might be able to get this one to work. Actually, I think we can get it to work. If we find like a thin enough table, this one from the Snowy Escape pack doesn't actually technically work with this little TV, but like, I don't know. I kind of want to just cheese it and put it in here anyways. We'll just use move objects, place it down just like that. As long as it's not like floating awkwardly, I will be okay with it. Honestly, that looks perfect. That way we can have like a proper, shower in here. I kind of want a different toilet in here. I kind of want to use something that looks like it fits this little space a little bit better. Something like that maybe. Sure. And then yeah, I didn't really go over what I did, but I just made it a little cabin. I think that looks so cute. Let's go ahead and we'll work on the exterior a bit. We'll do the same thing that we did next door at the other one. We'll just add, like a little bit of a gravel kind of situation. That way it looks like it's parked here. I would even add some vehicles if I had the Better Build Buy mod. I am lazy. I'm going to be honest with y'all. The only reason why I don't really use a lot of debug and show live edit objects in this is that I have not updated my Better Build Buy mod. So I don't like building, a lot without it, to be honest. I think we'll just use this same fence that we did next door. Just kind of, keep it all cohesive. That looks really cute. And then maybe we'll just put more, the same trees around. I don't want to make it too different because I still want it to be quite cohesive. Maybe we'll put the tree like right in the middle, some lavender and stuff around, just keep it pretty simple. And maybe we can add some grass. Maybe they've been here for a little bit, maybe this is a little bit of a semi-permanent little space. I feel like they would want some kind of, planter kind of pot situation out here. I feel like that fits the vibes really well for this space. We'll put a couple of those out here. And then maybe we will put a solar panel out here as well. Yeah, that's kind of cute. We'll also put a little solar water heater here as well. Maybe we'll put it like back here. Yeah, they're an eco-conscious little community. And plus, having a tiny home, it's a lot easier to run a tiny home on that. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place with these builds because I'm like, ooh, let's do a little bit of the interior. Let's do a little bit of the exterior now. And it's just like so all over the place. I think I'll put this little awning here. That's very cute. I really like that actually for this one. Ooh, I like this. I like this little log chair. It fits the vibes of, the cabin-y look, and just like a little light right here is perfect. Then I'm just going to add some more landscaping here. These bushes from Outdoor Retreat, I've always loved them. They're so pretty, mainly because, it's purple. I love purple. Yeah, I feel like purple flowers are my favorite flowers, whether it's purple irises or lavender. It's just so pretty. I think I'll put another one of these trees maybe right here, perhaps. Yeah, that looks really nice. What if we add some little shutters? Oh, I forgot about these. These are so cute. Okay, but like the little green shutters, I'm obsessed. We'll just put like one on each because, it's a single wide little window, but that's so perfect. That adds a nice bit of color as well to these. Oh, should I put a pride flag? I'm gonna put a pride flag. Yeah, let's do that. 2 spirits. All right, we'll do that. And I think that's pretty good. We need somewhere to sit though, like a little outdoorsy space to kind of sit. A little picnic table would be cute. Maybe one of these, like this one from Outdoor Retreat. That's kind of perfect actually. It just makes me want to build cabins. I'm gonna be honest, I love building cabins in The Sims 4. They're so fun. All right, let's finish up the interior, which we're pretty much done with this house. We just gotta decor it up, zhuzh it up, Ooh, this little thingamadoodle with the pots and the pans and the stuff. That's kind of cute. I like the one with the copper. It stands out. And then we'll add like a little, rug here. I was going to say rug-a-rooney. Ooh, this little weathered rug from Werewolves is a nice little touch. Maybe something like this for over here, keep it kind of simple and clean here. I kind of want to put some like decorative items like other decorative items that aren't just like paintings, but more like, I don't know, I wish we had like more like macrame kind of like woven looking like wall art and stuff. Ooh, we got to put the cutting board, even though I can barely see into this house as it is. And then we can put like, ooh, this would be really cute here. All it being purple is so cute. It's kind of difficult to furnish this house, not gonna lie. Ooh, this little pride little flag situation. That's so cute. I love that. Oh, we do need some kind of dresser, don't we? Probably we'll use, I don't want to use this again because it doesn't really fit the color scheme in here all that well. What if we use this one? I know it looks like, you know, like there's kids stuff on the front, but we can just ignore that maybe and just kind of squoze in this here. I don't know how well that's going to work. I'm going to be honest with you, but we'll just pretend. Okay. We'll just pretend. And then, oh, I really like this painting again for in here. I feel like that looks cute. I feel like this little painting from Werewolves is cute. I just really want to build like a little cabin in the woods for a werewolf. Like that sounds like a fun build to do especially for Halloween. I'm thinking for October that I'm going to do maybe like a little mini build series or something where I build a house for each occult. Something really simple, you know, nothing like dramatic, challenging or crazy, but just something that's like, oh, I'm building a house for a werewolf today. I'm building a vampire house today. You know, something simple. I think I'm going to use these little bamboozle binds. What am I trying to say? Bamboozle blinds. I feel like those look kind of all right. They are kind of the only thing that looks sort of okay with what I'm going for in here. Is there really anything else I can add to this space? Not really. I do need to add some little bits and bobs to the little bathroom here. Like we gotta have a little thing, paper towels. Maybe I can put a robe on this door here. Like that would look very nice. Let's do that. And then I do need to add a little towel rack or something. I think this would look super nice right here. Just like a little rug there. Oh, and we have to have a plant out here. What am I doing? Ooh, I do want to add my little favorite plant, my little philodendron, but I don't think it's gonna fit anywhere. I think we'll just put like maybe this one or something. It's a very simple little plant, but I love it. Ooh, maybe we should put a lamp or something like on these little picnic tables. Ooh, definitely want to put a little citronella candle for sure. And there's that one. It's really cute. Look how it's so small. I love it. The next one's gonna be even smaller though. All right, this last one is probably going to be another little witchy little space, of course. We're going to go one tile smaller, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's only going to be 5 tiles wide, well, 2 tiles wide, 5 tiles long. So 1 tile less than the other one. I know I'm asking a lot, but for this little space, again, we're going to go with the same bathroom, but more like this one. We're gonna make sure it's got everything in it because we won't have the room for a sink. This little home isn't going to have like a proper like full size, you know, grand kitchen. It's just gonna be a simple little setup of just a little mini fridge and a little microwave, something simple. Right here in this little nook here is gonna be where the bed goes. I think I already chose which bed I wanted. I wanted to use just this really simple purple one. We'll tuck it into the wall. It kind of looks like there's some storage underneath. And yeah, like that's like a perfect little kind of setup. I feel like this is more sensible for this space just because I feel like with having a loft, it takes up a lot of room. And then I almost could fit a sink right here, actually. Like for real, I could put one in. You know what? Why don't we do that? I wasn't going to initially because I was like, oh, I can't really fit that, but I think I can. Ooh, okay. That way we don't have to squeeze everything into the bathroom. We'll do this toilet. I kind of want to do the black. That's kind of fun. And then same situation as before, just this simple shower from Discovery University. We're doing a lot of wood tones in here as well. Okay, this is kind of cute. I think I am just for the functionality purposes of it, I am going to put in a little mirror right above that sink. Okay, that's a nice little setup. Indeed. We'll just add the front door right there so that it's not like right into the bedroom kind of space. And thankfully, I already did some experimenting with this one. And I'm going to squeeze in this little table just like so. And then right next to it, we can put in the, what is it called? The dresser from Tiny Living. It fits perfect perfectly right there. And this swatch is nice of this like Seasons bedside table because this wood kind of matches this wood and it kind of helps it all be cohesive. Weirdly enough, I think out of all of them, this one might be my favorite. Ooh, this is so pretty. Imagine putting this. Oh, that's so fun. But yeah, I'm imagining that this person is just, maybe they're quite young. This is like their first little tiny home that they've built by themselves or something. Put a couple of these windows here. Oh, that's so nice. You know, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I tend to build homes in The Sims that I want to live in. I don't really build homes that, you know, are these like outlandish, you know, crazy little homes. I don't really like that. So building something like this in The Sims is just so much fun. We'll add like a little itty bitty like little half sea roof here. Oh, that's so cute. And I think we can add a little bit of a porch, but I think I'm going to keep it quite small. Yeah, we'll just do like a cute little roof just like that. We'll add like a little awning here, I think. Something really small. There we go. Something like that, possibly. We'll add just like a little step, little stoop. This is such a cute little tiny house. I actually really like the size. Maybe we'll do this kind of like orange kind of moment with the exterior. I don't know. I kind of want the theme of this one to be purple. So maybe we'll go with like a darker wood like that. Ooh, do we just make it solid purple? That'd be kind of fun. Ooh, thankfully the Enchanted by Nature pack added a purple little siding. And honestly, it's so perfect for this little space. Ooh, it's so cute. I love it. We'll add like a little metal roof here. I feel like that would be kind of cute and realistic. Okay, it's so tiny and so cute. Let's work on this exterior bit here. We'll just use, you know, the same stuff. We're just building the same thing over and over, which I really like doing, but slight variations. And then, you know, we'll add the same fencing around. This is such a fun little idea. I really do enjoy building tiny homes in like a row like this. It adds so much to the game. It's more than just, you know, it's more exciting to me at least than just like a simple little suburban house, you know, which don't get me wrong. I do love building me a nice little suburban home, but there's just something so fun about this. Keep the landscaping nice and simple so that, you know, there's not like, you know, I'm trying to think realistically, there's not like a lot of upkeep. Okay. And then maybe out here, instead of doing like a garden or like an eating area, I think I am going to add in maybe like, I don't know, like a little like fortune telling area. Life and Death had some things that I think might work. There's this item here, which is like a little tent. I don't think this is actually like a functional little space, but I kind of want to add to that vibe, you know what I mean? Like I can put like a really big smattering of rugs out here. Ooh, almost like this one from Laundry Day is kind of nice, but not that style necessarily. Yeah, I just want to do something a little different out here. Ooh, like this one from Werewolves kind of is perfect. Ooh, yes. Oh, we could use one of these leaves from the Enchanted by Nature pack. I love that little pop of purpley kind of violet color. I'll use another one of these rugs from Life and Death. That looks super pretty. The green is really nice. And then maybe like one of these round rugs from Laundry Day. It'll add a nice bit of, you know, color and like shape. I like that. That's super cute actually. And then we can just put some like seating and stuff. Maybe just like some pillows, some poofs, maybe this like little chair here. Yeah, this is gonna be like a little fortune telling kind of woo-woo circle. I don't know what you would call this honestly, but maybe it's just like, you know, a place where maybe it's just also just a hangout space too. And I kind of want something back here. I guess we could just put a tree. Just put like a tree back here so that there's some kind of like, you know, there's a little bit of shade sometimes. And then we'll put lots of like candles and like, we'll definitely put a citronella candle or two out here, but we'll also put like, you know, other things too. We'll do one of these candle sets. Ooh, the little acorn just for the vibes. He's so cute. Just lots of candles. Candles everywhere. If there's not a candle, put it there, you know? Ooh, maybe one of these candle sets. Ooh, definitely one of these candle sets from the base game. Those are always so pretty. All right. And then I am going to put a tarot card little pile here. Actually, we'll put like a couple. We'll just say that they do their little tarot reads out here. This is very cute. And maybe I will put like a proper sitting area out here. And maybe this tiny home, they don't have any kind of solar kind of situation. Maybe they have to be on grid because they're not really experienced in that just yet. And they brought their own little cooker. That's really cute actually. Or you know what? Maybe they do have that. Maybe they do. I don't want to leave them out. Might as well put it back here. It's very cute. Is there purple? There's a purple. Oh my goodness. That's actually such a nice little combo because they're about the same size. That's very cute. All right, let's focus on this house. I swear. Oh, I really like this from Werewolves. I want to use it. That's so cute, but I don't think it really fits. And then we'll put, just the regular, the usual, the typical, the lights and stuff. We'll do this like little brown metal one there. I think I do want to put like a bike next to this one. I feel like that would look super cute. Maybe the yellow. The yellow pops really well. I kind of want to put a few planter pots just right over here. I feel like that would fill that space in really well. And then we just need to add some more decorative items onto the exterior, I think. I definitely want to add this because that just is so perfect there. The little bit of lavender there. Oh, so pretty. I kind of want to add like maybe something like this on this house just to kind of add something to this part right here. That's kind of nice actually. Maybe we can put a little bit of this ivy too. Ooh, that's kind of cute actually. I kind of love that. It's a good way to add in a little bit of something. And yeah, I kind of like this. I kind of like how simple and like minimal it is on the exterior. Let's finish the interior. I feel like these homes are very like scattered in the sense that I'm just like doing a little bit of the interior, then I'm doing a little bit of the exterior, and then back and forth. I kind of like this lavender color just because it's, a really small space. I feel like making it darker would make it really cramped. Yes, that's very cute. Ooh, what if instead of leaving this wall this color, we do like a darker purpley color? That's nice. That adds some variety there. And then we'll just add a little bedside table, lamp, whatever you want to say. Ooh, this candle is so pretty. I love this candle. I need candles like that in my real life. And we just put some little books on the bedside, just little knickknacks, little bits and bobs. Maybe we should put a water bottle just because they need to be hydrated. Little pencil cup with a little pride flag on it. Can't hurt. I think instead of a TV, I think I'm going to put like a radio. I feel like that little radio unit there is so cute. And then a little rug here would be nice. Maybe this one from Laugh and Death. It's got some purple on it. I really like that. And for the curtains, I kind of want something small, but I kind of want like this. I know this is kind of extra, but like that's so cute. And then we can maybe add, I wish these came in like a nice purpley color that wasn't like two-toned, but I kind of like that actually. Maybe we will use that. That's very nice. Then I am going to put like a little rug in front of the sink, of course. I feel like that would be realistic. Maybe this like pinky one. I kind of like that combo right now. Cute. Okay, we're getting some there with some clutter here. I feel like this space, you can't really put too much in it or it's going to look cluttered and cramped in a bad way. We'll give them some paper towels there, and they do need a little, little thing of hand soap. You can't have a sink without a hand soap. Maybe we should also put the, toothbrush there since that's where they're going to be using it. And yeah, I think this little space is pretty much done. I mean, I got to add in the typicals, we can't forget the, the realistic things that we always add. Put a little towel right here too. Well, you know what? We'll make it purple also. And then I'm going to add some new lights in here. I'm basically just going to use the same lights over and over because I really like these little bulbs from Laundry Day. They're so pretty. And there you have it. Bob's your uncle. And we have 3 little tiny homes. Now these are 2 tiles wide. These all work, hopefully. I should probably player test them again. I'll do that, but I'll make some adjustments if so. But let me go ahead and I'll give y'all a little tour of these little tiny homes. So this first one is like a little bit of a taller one. It's honestly super cute. I love the green so much. The greens and the bright kind of orangey wood tones are very pretty. This one is actually very nice. I feel like this one would be the most comfortable to live in. It's very simple. Like this first floor is very clean and spacious. There's not really a lot of clutter and like furniture, so you can move around very easily. Upstairs is kind of cramped, but it's cozy. I quite like it. I love this door for movie hangout so much. We have a tiny little bathroom that fully functions, and then a little balcony out here too. And then, this one also has like a few little amenities like rain collector and stuff, the usual. And then next door, we have a different vibe, a little bit of a cabin vibe. I love this one. Very, very simple in shape, but it's so cute and cozy. Love the brown and wood tones. They have a little pressure cooker here and, a little living kind of sleeping quarter space. I quite like that. that. And then another little bathroom here as well. And then a little planter pot section, some places to eat, you know. It's a pretty straightforward little tiny home. I love it so much. And then the last one is even smaller. It's just a cute little purple, like almost like a little kind of traveling like tarot reader, trader kind of person, you know. They have a little area out here where they set up, which I don't know where they're keeping all this stuff whenever they have to move this tiny home. Maybe there's some kind of storage underneath or something, we'll just say. But yeah, love the little vibes in here. It's honestly so cozy, but not overly cramped. I really like that about it. It feels just right. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed today's build. Do let me know in the comments down below what you think about these little tiny homes, and give them a try. Try building a house with 2 tiles wide. It's possible. You just you gotta play around a lot with it. But anyways, I just want to say a huge thank you to my YouTube members. I love you all so much. Thank you so much to the Lavender Buds for supporting the channel. If you'd like to become a member, you'll get early access to my videos, and yeah, you'll just be supporting the channel and keeping me making these videos. But yeah, I love you all. Take care of yourselves. And that is it. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird, and I'll speak to y'all next time. Bye, y'all.